As we all know, Genshin Impact's combat system as of version 3.3 is made up of 5 weapon classes and 7 elements. It is common knowledge that the worst element among them all is Geo, due to the lack of synergy that it has with other elements. However, I barely see the different weapon classes being well classed. So in this video we are going to do just that, or well, talk about the one that I think is tailing miles behind the rest, and that's Claymore. However, before we get into it, we just made it into 2023, so happy new year. I'm really trying to step up my YouTube game this year as one of my resolutions, so I'd really appreciate if you dropped a like and subscribed if you could help me out, if you ended up enjoying the content. Alright, let's get into this. Now, when evaluating how good a weapon class is, you need to wonder what weapons are available for that class and what characters can make use of it. So first off, we are going to cover Claymore characters, and in my eyes I feel like there are only 3 who shine above the rest, and the others just aren't really worth using most times, to put it bluntly. In my eyes, there are 3 main types of character roles in Genshin: main DPS, off-field / sub DPS, and then support focused characters. Let me give an example for all 2. For instance, Fischl summons her familiar Oz. None of her kit actually gives buffs to party members. However, Oz can attack applying Electro off-field, making her a sub DPS. On the other hand, Venti is focused on grouping and shredding elemental res and given some energy, making him more support focused. Venti doesn't really lose value if he isn't doing much damage, but Fischl does lose value if she isn't doing damage, meaning it would be better to swap her off for an Electro who could provide buffs for the team, or any type of support who primarily benefits your main carry. And then of course you finally have your main DPS, who are on-field damage dealers who usually don't buff your party, apart from some exceptions like Hu Tao giving crit rate or Ganyu's bursts giving cryo damage bonus. When picking a support for your party, you always think about what they bring to the table. Our only Claymore supports are Dori, Xinyan, Sayu and Noelle, and in some cases Chongyun whenever you want a cryo infusion. But do you want a cryo infusion? Do you? No, you don't. Noelle and Xinyan are both shielders. Xinyan's kit is actually very good for physical damage dealers, however we only have 2 in the game, Razor and Eula. And Noelle's case is her shield is overshadowed by Zhongli, and her DPS at C6 is overshadowed by Itto. Dori is an Electro healer, but Kuki just does her job better. And Chongyun, well, lastly we have Sayu, who is an Anemo healer. However, other Anemo characters group better, such as Sucrose, Venti, Kazuha, and I guess C6 Farazan, if you have that, and use VV better. And especially if you want someone to be a healer, well, you could just use Jean, who you're going to get anyway when you lose a 50-50, or any other healer that exists in the game that would probably synergize better with the team that you're using, like Kokomi if you're rocking a Hyper Bloom team. Next we have Beidou, who is an off-field DPS who does heaps of damage in multi-target situations, especially with the addition of Dendro. Beidou is amazing, to be honest, with her only drawback being her energy cost really. You usually need to pair her with another Electro to get her burst. Plus, Beidou can make use of Wolf's Gravestone very well, and 4-piece Emben slaps on her, and also 90% of characters in this game. But that's besides the point. Next we have our main DPS, Razor, Diluc, Itto and Eula. Sadly, Diluc has been long gone power crept, and well, Eula just easily outdoes Razor in terms of damage. So realistically we have Itto being the best geo damage dealer and Eula being the best physical damage dealer, meaning the only Claymore characters I personally think worth using are Eula, Itto and Beidou, and that's 3 out of the 10 that exist. 3 out of 10, and hopefully Dia can change that and make that 4 out of 11, but who knows. It could be 3 out of 11, we'll just have to wait and see. Next, let's move on to the weapons. Claymore also has very lackluster weapons, with there not really being any very good support weapons to help you choose a Claymore support over a different support who fills similar roles. For instance, Catalyst users always stand out as supports as they have thrilling tales of the Dragon Slayers to boost the attack of who you swap to by 48%. The only support Claymore that we really have is the Sumeru Craftable, which can give an EM Leaf, Wolf's Gravestone, which is a gacha 5-star weapon. You could play for 4 years and not even get this weapon. I mean, I don't have it yet, and I've been playing for 2 years, and I'm not exactly what you would describe as free to play either. Finally, Song of Broken Pines, which is Eula's signature weapon, but can be very clunky to use in rotations because you have to do quite a few normal attacks to activate the passive, and attack speed really isn't a good buff for most characters. At least the attack percent is though. However, I would love to give an honourable mention to Serpent Spine. Great weapon, amazing passive. Honestly, I wish it wasn't on Claymore though, because I would love to use it on so many different characters. But still, that weapon is insane, especially with refinements, with its damage even matching up to the 5-star weapons that are also in the Claymore category. So now, after touching up on the issues for Claymores, how could it be better? Well, to be honest, I just think Genshin is gonna have to put more thought into the Claymore characters that they make in the future. It seems like most Claymore characters have been centered around them being main DPS, where of course there is a lot of competition. So maybe we'll get a Claymore support with a supporting weapon that actually feels worth using, but hey, only time could tell. Or maybe an event weapon that isn't damn awful like that fish Claymore that we got before. With that being said, this is going to be the end of the video however, so let me know what weapon class you think is the worst in Genshin. Let me know if you want me to cover which weapon class I think is the best. And with that being said, I hope you all have a great year, and I'll see you around in future streams in videos. Also, I must say, that run with Eula there, that was actually pretty clean. Alright,